Good evening. I'm sorry I could not be with you in person tonight to accept Bio New Jersey's first Distinguished Service Award. I'm in Washington carrying out my duties as your United States Senator. But I'm deeply honored to be recognized for helping to make the Therapeutic Discovery Project tax credit a reality. It was clear to me in the process of making the project a reality that all of you in the biotech industry are the bridge to the future. You hold the promise for miraculous new discoveries and cures, and for creating jobs and increasing economic growth in New Jersey. It was equally clear that many small biotech companies could not survive in an environment in which private capital had simply become unavailable. I knew that if our risk-adverse capital markets would not fund the cutting-edge science of America's most innovative small businesses, we would be at risk of losing our technological edge in the global market. And we would be at the risk of losing high-wage, high-quality, highly desirable jobs to nations like India and China, countries whose governments are forward-thinking enough to place long-term bets on their life science sectors by directly investing in biotech. It was clear to me that fostering and sustaining the advancement of promising new therapies, maintaining high-wage American jobs in a competitive global industry, and advancing the goal of finding a cure for cancer in our lifetime is an investment in the future worth making. That investment amounted to about $52 million to New Jersey alone that will save lives and provide opportunities for skilled workers to get back to work. And one day may help one of you find a cure for cancer in our lifetime, or a new treatment for the devastating effects of Alzheimer's my mother suffered for so many years before her passing. Imagine if a total investment of almost $1 million in Alzheimer research were made to Neurotez, Signum Biosciences, Diamir, and Amicus Therapeutics could result in helping millions of patients and their families deal with the devastating effects of that disease. Imagine if one day we could look back and say that with one amendment to one piece of legislation, we invested $2.5 million in a small company in Morris Plains, New Jersey called Immunomedics and helped them continue their work on new treatments for fighting cancer. Imagine that that investment helped them discover the undiscoverable. Imagine if PTC Therapeutics of South Plainfield was successful in developing small molecules to treat spinal muscular atrophy and genetic diseases because we had the wisdom to invest $2 million to keep their research going. Imagine if our investment of $1 million in Eagle Pharmaceuticals of Woodcliff Lake helped find new chemical ingredients for cancer treatments. Imagine if we could provide new therapies for people with asthma and cardiovascular disease because we invested $1 million in Palatin Technologies in Cranberry. Imagine if the $300,000 we invested in Senesco in New Brunswick and Monosol RX in Warren Township resulted in successfully reformulating injectable drugs so they can be taken orally. Or if a combined investment of less than $500,000 in GenMab of Princeton and Orthogen of Springfield meant new antibody therapeutics for the treatment of cancer, or new bone graft products and orthopedic implants. Imagine what investing in these companies could mean to millions of patients and families. Think of the hope it would represent, the lives it could save, and what it would mean to keeping New Jersey and America on the cutting edge of biotechnological research. I'm proud to have fought to make those investments possible. Einstein said, "The process of scientific discovery is, in effect, a continual flight from wonder." Each of you is in the process of making discoveries that could solve many mysteries, discoveries that could answer questions we may not even have thought of yet. I'm proud to have been a small part of that process, proud to have helped create a program that I hope will give many of you an added ability to help us imagine the unimaginable and change the world. Once again, Thank you very much for recognizing me with the Distinguished Service Award. Keep up the good work and have a great evening.